What's up? I am free. What's up, Kendrick? What's up, Janelle? What up, B? How y'all doing? What up, Trisha? Damn motherfucking lie. Yo, I've been fucking experiment with grooming Scruffy and shit. The other day I did his face and he was quite the little gentleman. He did get a little worked up or whatever, but it wasn't enough that I couldn't finish his face. It was all right. I need to get some scissors. What up, Vicky? How you doing? How that little fat baby doing? Keisha like, you should just take him to the groomer. I am gonna take him to the groomer, but I'm only gonna take him to the groomer to get his pads shaved and his nails clipped. Other than that, I think I can handle it. And then I am fucking freezing. What the fuck is that air on? And y'all talking about it's hot up here? Y'all tripping like a motherfucker. Nose running. Fuck, I need a blanket. Yeah, it's that long. I just do stuff to keep it together, you know. I don't like it all over my head and whatnot, just all big and shit. Cause then I look like the lion. And Keisha be in here cracking on me talking about, you really look like a lion. I was like, oh, okay, you gonna use my shit on me. That's fucked up. Yeah, she is. Man. Yeah, I am kind of sleepy, but Lonzo ain't trying to go to sleep. He working on my nerves, all that fucking crazy shit he be doing this shit. I ain't got no time for that shit. Let him and his nanny lay down and let his little fucking allergy medicine kick in and hope he go to sleep. You know, he used to be my little fat baby, and I couldn't drink nothing without him drinking it behind me and whatnot. So when he stopped, I was like, well, I know his mama ain't them drinks, so maybe that was why, because he would pick up on their cup and he ain't like the taste or whatever. But I also know we've pranked him before, but I was like, when he tonight he told me some shit and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know. Excuse me. He sleep. I know he was gonna be sleep. That's why he ain't gonna take that medicine. I I'm gonna take this out tomorrow and I'm gonna do the three plats. because I ain't want for it all over, you know. Before I originally had these two that's together. I had these all in a ponytail. I had these in a ponytail, and I had a few in the back. I kid you not. Oh, I knew we should. Fuck it. This is a little D. It don't matter. I get a little fat ass to KFC. I just hope he don't think we gonna be sitting down eating in a restaurant and shit like Chili's or something. And I know he want ice cream too, so I'm gonna get him his ice cream too. Fuck it. But he greedy as fuck. Fuck around, he get a $10 fucking ice cream. Be talking about give me 4 scoops and put some sprinkles and shit. Well then how about this? You get the KFC, I get his ice cream. Oh, and put some cookies on that shit too. You got some Snickers? You know all them toppings cost like $2 a topping. You know, like they give you a couple at first, like maybe three or two or three, and the rest cost like $2 a pop. Then when I fucking bring home my pint, he gonna be like, "Well, can I have some of that too?" Oh, baby, you wanted that fucking $50 million cone. You ain't want the pint. What up, dude? Right? And now he upset talking about his mama ain't gonna bring him back and shit. He like, this is my summer. I passed. I'm supposed to enjoy it. Here he fucking go. And y'all, he ain't even standing up making all that fucking noise. He must be laying down scratching. That dude there. Between him and Alonzo, good Jesus. Alonzo don't even fuck with him. Alonzo just jump on the chair whenever he see, when he come around, when he come from the back and he see I got him running around, he just jump in the chair and ask somebody to come get him. My cousin hit me to this. Oh, he can't enjoy his day without us. Anyway, my cousin hit me to this groom shit. I think growing is over for you, Trisha. What up, Miss Boosie? How you doing? I yeah, growing is over for you, Trisha. But uh, I don't know. I'm good. My allergies trying to kick my ass and shit. But other than that, I'm good. How your sister? Uh, I had been trying to take a nap 2 times today. It just wasn't happening. I said, fuck it, let me get up. Because if I don't get up when he get up in the morning, he's gonna have a shit fit. Talking about, I knew we wasn't gonna go. I knew it. And I'm gonna have to choke his little ass out. But I had him in there reading. That little motherfucker can really read. He in the second grade. That motherfucker knew vacation and he knew France and he didn't know Italy though. Cause I had him reading a book about the Sistine Chapel. Around the world or whatever that fucking shit was. Fuck no. I ain't have no choice but to be fucking short. And that's why I don't understand why my my daddy people be like, yo, midgets. Because no word of lie. My grandma had a fucking brother, Uncle Cat. And Uncle Cat was only like a couple of inches taller than me. I was like, this man's a midget. So midgets in your family somewhere too. It did that because I turned my heater back on. I am freezing. And my son's talking about, you know what? I ain't even gonna entertain that. Fuck no, my mama tallest child is 5'4", and that's my sister. My brother's something like 5'2", 5'3", and I'm the shorty at 5. And fuck that. I'm about to choke my kids, but they gonna find out. Okay, y'all ready? Yep. He I swear. He You threw that toy up in there? Nope. Well, what that was then? Probably that orange thing playing with. No, that orange thing don't squeak. That green thing I didn't know. Well, he must have to go to the bathroom. Yep. All right. I guess. Man. And I have been quite the opposite. This morning I got up, I ate me some oatmeal. After I ate my oatmeal, I ate a yogurt. After I ate that, what I eat? Or I ate Alonzo TV dinner. I had Salisbury steak. I don't see why he enjoyed that so much. And I had something else. Oh, then when my son came home, I had that sausage burrito from McDonald's. Then when my other son come home, he had some chicken strips. I had one of them. And Curtis brought me some chicken nuggets. I ain't eat them yet though. I might hit them in the morning. Okay. No, it depends on what kind of KFC you get. See, I always get original. I don't want Nashville. Fuck the KFC we go to. They don't even sell wings, and they done fucked up the fucking French fry. I don't know what the fuck going on with KFC, but I think if I go, I'm gonna get me a bowl and call it a day. I don't need all that chicken or whatever, cause I get the wait no. Last time I ate the bowl and a 2-piece. Well, maybe I don't know. Wow, and your original was spicy? No, you ordered the original, but they ain't give it to you. KFC not spicy. And I hate that the original have crispy skin. What? What you say? Oh, all right. It was too hot to be eaten. Wow. My favorite gravy is brown. I'm from Louisiana, man. We don't play with that white or brown gravy shit. We do brown gravy. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had KFC white gravy. I'm gonna have to try it then. Cause I even though my preference is brown, uh Williams chicken, when they hit that shit right, no word to lie, y'all. I just get a spoon and eat it out the fucking container. Oh no, Miss Boosie. Mm-mm. So you just eat plain mashed potatoes? Oh my Jesus, 91 degrees. What am I gonna do with that? Well, I'm gonna put my head on. Damn. He take I've been when I buy him shit now, I push it out the door with him. Nah, he need his fucking bucket hat and is at the house. Ain't that some shit? I keep telling them you don't do potatoes either. Oh wow. Mm-mm-mm. I be like that, but I eat potatoes every now and then. Wow, that was a real lead answer, but hey, I understand. Right, potatoes are delicious. You know, I have not had no homemade potatoes, mashed potatoes in a while. I think I'm gonna fuck around and make some one day. But fuck, potatoes high as fuck. How the fuck you want $5 for a 5 pound bag of potatoes? That's high. We not going through this scruffy. We not. We not. We not. He probably won't go jumping shit. That works on my nerves. All he do is jump. It don't matter what time of day, whatever, whatever. He always jumping. I'm gonna fuck around and fucking tie his feet together. You know, that way he can't jump. Thank you, Miss Boosie. Do they now? Sammy Davis ain't ready to go to sleep. I guess that's my fault. Cause once he heard me coming, he got the fuck up. He like, oh, that motherfucker's up in here. I could do some shit. He was trying to fucking play with me. Terrell was like, fuck you, Negro. And look what he do, y'all. When he know they won't put him up, he come hides by me. He had to come sit on my feet or lay down beside me and try to grab some kind of toy or some shit. That could have been a good name for him, Sammy Davis. Cause that motherfucker do be tap dancing his asshole. And sometimes I'll be wondering if he cockeyed. I hold up. I'm gonna see if I can find it to show y'all. I did not I just did his face and I shaved some of this down. But I realized I need to get all the shit I need to groom him. So I'ma just fuck around. Oh, look at my baby. He was so fat. He was so happy. What happened to him? He was. No, Miss Boosie, I ain't see that shit. Where? How far? Well, I'm gonna start taking before and after pictures. because if you don't know what he looked like, don't mind that, y'all. If you don't know what he looked like before, but look, hold up, look, y'all don't know what he looked like before, but I had you could see his eyes now. Before I did him what I did him, you couldn't see his eyes. I saw where that girl had them twins and threw them in the trash. Oh wow, that's fucked up. I saw where that girl up in Ohio had twins and threw them in the trash. Y'all seen that one? How the fuck you throw two babies in the trash? Like, why you throw them in the trash? You could have just gave them to the fucking fire department. Fuck, you could have called 911 and told them come get them motherfuckers. You know that shit don't make no sense. Now you gonna do jail time for dumb shit because you killed your babies. Because one neighbor said they heard the babies crying, but they didn't correlate that, that the motherfuckers was in the trash can. I was like, look here, if you hear babies crying, you know they ain't inside. Cause they didn't live in no apartments. They lived in houses. If you can hear babies clearly crying, you know they ain't inside. Right. And they talking about, oh, we didn't know. But that's that. You know how the state always got to get in everybody's business and shit. So I'm more than sure once they do the autopsy, they gonna want to do DNA. They gonna want to know who the baby daddies is and all that good shit. But this this shit, bitches throwing them in the trash. That's because they couldn't kill them from beginning, and that's why I say the state need to mind their own fucking business. Cause murder, I guess. Look here, if she would have got rid of them before, like when she was in her first trimester, that's different than throwing two live physical babies in the trash. That bitch, I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, all these fucking people out here want fucking babies and can't have them, and this bitch just threw them in the trash. Fuck, that hoe probably knew somebody that wanted them children, but knowing her, she was hiding it from people. No, the state don't need to step in. The state is why our children are like they are. But what I'm saying about the state stepping in, I'm talking about them fucking overturning Roe v. Wade. That was just one of the stupidest fucking things they ever could have did. Because now they're going to go back to situations like this. And I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the late 80s and the 90s, that was the fucking going shit. Bitches just having babies and putting them in dumpsters, putting them in trash cans or fucking burying them or some shit. That's crazy. I don't think I could do that. Even if I did want the little motherfucker, I'd be like, okay, it's 2023. I could go ahead on and drop your ass off at the firehouse or the hospital. I could go to church on Sunday and bring y'all and never leave without y'all motherfuckers. Ain't no need for you to kill them babies. But, you know, fuck the state. Fuck. The state is why children are like they are. Oh, you can't whip them. You can't chastise them how you want. Oh, if your mama whip you or if your mama tell you something that you don't think you should be told, come tell us at school. We gonna whip their ass for you. But what they don't know is, motherfucker, they gonna take you. See, they don't make that shit clear to the children. Right. Right, Trisha, that don't make no damn sense. But a lot of people do it. And they don't fuck. Because they look, I know somebody who told me it's best to go ahead on and get rid of it because I don't want nobody else raising my children. Wow, that's some horse shit to say, bitch. Right, that's the reason they out of control because the state don't want mind their fucking business. But hey, maybe they are doing what they want to do because see them unruly and ignorant ass children, they end up in the prison system. See, and when you end up in the prison system, we could beat you down then. And who gives a fuck what happens to you? And that's just how the state is. Oh, wow, I wish it was 59. It's 76 degrees right now. I will say this, though, we need a little rain. I wish you must live up in the mountains or the foothills or some shit, huh? What up, Chattaboo? Then another mistake is a lot of these dumb motherfuckers. I don't want to raise my kids how I was raised. Bitch, you lived. You made it to the end. Now I could see if your parents were breaking your fucking arm or your leg every fucking year. I could see not wanting to be raised like like you were raised. Or if you were if they'll just be like you coming in from school, you ain't did nothing at school, you having a good day, and your mama just reach out the fuck out. There's differences. But I don't see nothing wrong with how we were raised. It's just like I told Alonzo, come on, let's go outside. That motherfucker told me, I ain't no outside child. I don't do the sunshine. So when it got dark, I said, okay, it's nighttime now. We'll go outside. He was like, look, it's dark out there now. Pick up your damn mind. That's just like he was reading a book. I wanted him to read the book earlier. And he talking about, I don't want to read, blah, blah, this stuff, whining and shit. Then he got in the bed, and I just let it slide. But later on, I went back at him. I said, right, Miss Boosie? And so I told him, you know, I said, you good, son? You good? I don't know if he knows that. Thank you for telling me that, Trish. Well, I knew that, but I never thought to say, hey, son, we need sun, because it's an important part of us growing up in shit, which is true because sunlight is vitamin D, and that's with your bones. And she ain't sent no fucking multivitamins, and I ain't got none. So, man, today he opened his new toothbrush. Now he been here a few days now, y'all. And he said, "Where's my toothpaste?" I was like, "Well, he's 7 years old. I threw away that kitty shit." Because once me and Keisha got to talking, we was like, well, I used Colgate my whole life. We ain't never had no baby Colgate, no kid Colgate. It was Colgate or Crest and Aquafresh, whatever the fuck it was, whoever house it was at. Oh, wow. How long this stuff gonna last? 4, 5, 6. We go to our grandma in the country. She had Aquafresh. We go by my grandma in the city. She had Colgate. And I think my mom and them had Crest. Fuck, we use all that shit. We ain't have no, right. We ain't have no goddamn baby toothpaste. I was like, shit. They doing too much for you little kids. But I could see that for a little child, about maybe one or two, when you little brushing their little fucking little stubs and shit or whatever. But fuck, even at that age, you just put that little toothbrush finger thing on and you rub your finger in their mouth. You don't even got to put no toothpaste on that shit. Cause they're gonna eat it. So wow. How did they stop us from eating toothpaste? I guess after enough stomach aches, you don't want that shit no more. You just gonna spit it like they told you to. Like they told you to do. Okay, y'all. Here we go. I'm about to tell y'all my story time, my first time riding with my son. Now, he been driving for about a month or so. I'm gonna say that. So I told him, you know, I really don't want to ride with you till July. Let you get a few months under your back, under your teeth. Let you get a few months under your belt. You know, and then I'm gonna ride with you because I make all of them nervous. Um, and whenever they whatever doing something for the first time with me, in front of me, or however, they want to be experts and impeccable. And like I told them, that's not possible unless you've really practiced and studied. So last week he was off, but his brother had to go to work. So I was like, I'm gonna ride with you. He was like, no, I don't want you to ride with me. You're gonna make me nervous, this, that, and other. I said, I'm offended. My feelings hurt. Why wouldn't you want me to ride with you? Then on top of that, he was tired. You need to go check that out. You've been having that cough. You was coughing last night. And so we get out the house. We go get in the vehicle. I open the door. That don't open all the way no more because of his unfortunate mistake. He won't call it an accident. It was a mistake. But ain't a mistake an accident? And so we get in the car. He start the car up and shit. Here come his big ass brother, wilding. He get in behind me. Oh, that door was hard to open. I was like, you lazy motherfucker. And so, close that door. So, we start. Now, I already knew I wanted to, kind of not be on this plane my first time riding with him. But I said, no, because I don't want to be too fucking drunk to drive, to calm my nerves. So he pulls out the driveway, which I thought he did that too fast, especially since he ain't cut the wheel and pull out. He just backed up straight and was in my neighbor's yard. So I was like, okay, be chill, Mel. Just let it go. So we goes to the condo. I said, boy, you know there's a stop sign. He stopped in front of the stop sign. I'm like, just breathe, Mel, chill out. So we going down the street. Shit, some people that don't bother them. Some people could kill kids and whatnot, and that don't even bother them. Then you don't ever know whatever situation, whatever caused them to do what they did. But anyway, back to my story. So we gets to the condo. He turned wide. I was like, ain't no car there. Why you turned that wide? He's like, look, that's how I turn. I went, oh, excuse me. Okay. So we goes down to the next condo. Now, at the next condo is a main street. We gets to the condo. He don't stop. He stops past the stop sign again. His vehicle is protruding into this street traffic. I'm like, oh my God, this boy here. But Mel, be quiet. Okay, be quiet. But I just say, you wanted a few pointers, right? That's why you, or you didn't. Why did you want me to ride with you? I say, I don't give a fuck why. I got to tell you. You're pulling out too far. I say, this is a major street. And I say, on this very street, I've seen a car do that and get smacked the fuck out of. Nowhere to lie. I have seen that on that street. So he waiting for the cars so he could turn. All the cars passed. He just sitting there. Son, what are you doing? Oh, I'm waiting on all the cars to pass. All of them. I was like, right there, I wanted to be like, you know what, son? I think I'm going to take my time and walk back to the house, you know? And I said, son, but wasn't no cars coming. You could have turned. He said, no, I want them all to pass. I said, okay. So he turns. He driving. I'm like, okay. But he driving too damn slow. I lean over and look. Son, you aware that the speed limit on this street is 45 and you barely be doing 30? No, he didn't do that. He does other dumb shit. So he was like, yeah, I know I'm not driving the speed limit, but this is where I'm comfortable at right now. I say, oh, I say, well, you comfortable. Okay. But son, when you drive this speed, you're supposed to be in a slow lane. He was like, no, I'm comfortable right here in the middle lane. I went, oh, okay then. And I just shut up. Then I said, you mind if I smoke? Because you know this is your vehicle and whatnot, and you don't smoke. Do you mind if I smoke? He went, go ahead on. So I'm smoking my cigarette. He swerves over to in the lane next to us. I say, son, I know they ain't got no traffic right now because you waited for everybody to pass. But what's going on with that? You don't know how to hold a lane? Hold on. He was like, nobody blew at him because wasn't nobody out there. No, not Dwayne. So he going, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Yes. Right. I say, you getting over or something while you in that lane. That's just what I said. You getting over while you in that lane and why your signal ain't on. He said, no, that's just how I drive. Oh, okay. So we riding, we riding. We coming up to a major street, like a major street that's like more major than the street we coming off of. Like the speed limit on that is 50, 55. So I'm like, okay, we about a block or so away from the red light. He starts slowing down. Good night, Janelle. Have a good one. Be safe. Be blessed. So I'm like, I wanted to say, son, what you slowing down for? What because he straight up had a green light. But I understand he ain't want to jump on the brakes if it turned yellow. So we goes through that light. We keep going. He's still getting in other people's lane and shit. I said, you can't do that, son. So we coming down the street. He doing something like 25 and shit, like somebody old grandma or something. And I'm like, okay. We get to a turn in the road. He wasn't turning though. But I told him 3 feet in front of it. I said, son, what the fuck are you doing? You don't see that fucking curve right there? Turn, get over, whatever. And he was like, I was like, oh my God. So I just set up and we keep going. After that incident, he got over because he was telling me, he said, I can't really see on that side. I said, well, why would you drive on this side? He was like, well, I guess you got a point. So he gets over to the left lane. We driving, we driving. I say, now I'm going to show you a quicker way to get where you're going because I know you don't know shit but what GPS tell you. He said, okay. I say, now we done passed that. When we come up to this light, and we was like a block and a half away from the light. I said, when we come to this light, you make a left turn. He went, all right, I got you. I got it. This motherfucker got in the right lane. I said, son, what are you doing? I said, you don't know your left from your right, son? He was like, now I know why GPS don't work for him. He must don't really know his left from his right. And he writes with his left hand. Even if you ain't turned the signal on for the left lane, you should know, that's left. So I'm like, you know what, son? Don't worry. We could catch it further down. He was like, okay. Then his brother back there with the peanut gallery, me and him telling him, shut the fuck up. He talking about, man, you on this, that, and the other. And I said, see, this motherfucker came out here to help you. And you back there with all that criticism and negativity. What the fuck you got in the car for? Why you just didn't pay Uber? If you wanted perfect driving, this boy ain't really been driving, So We go a little farther down. He pull over. He say, no, I got to pull over. I got to pull over. I said, well, here go a turn right here. You can pull over here. We was by a Family Dollar. Pass that up. He wants to turn by the car. I'm like, oh my God. Please let him turn his corner. Please let him turn his corner. So we gets to a gas station. He put it in park. He get out. He start walking around, hyperventilating and all that good shit. I'm like, son, 4 in, 6 out. He was like, huh? I said, breathe in 4 seconds and let it out for 6 seconds. Then once he got calmed down, he was like, okay, I'm good, whatever. I said, so what we doing then? His brother in the back. You need to get in the back with me or sit in the front over there. You don't need to be driving. And I'm like, this boy that can't pick you up from work 2, 3 times, and now you complaining because I'm in the car? Bitch, the nerve of you. So I say, if you keep on, your brother gonna be late for work. So I just let him decide, see what he gonna do. I just lit my other cigarette. I'm just like, So when I get like a third down, I'm like, we can't keep sitting here. This boy gonna be late. I said, I'm gonna drive. So I gets behind the wheel. Now, as you know, he's extremely taller than me. So I had to adjust all the mirrors and all that good shit. So, in the seat and shit. So once I do all that and I get ready to go, I go. I was like, oh my God, and you're driving this? That was to me. I didn't say it to him. What I said to him was, God damn. So we driving. I go to make a left turn because I need to do the U-turn and go around to the light. So I turn and all that good shit. And I was like, wow, what the fuck? I'm saying this to myself, though, now. I ain't tell him this now. I was like, I'm not saying it was the best of, but goddamn, what the fuck did he? Well, I know what he did, but I'm like, what the fuck? I'm cursing in my head, like, goddamn. I'm sorry, Vanilla. And so we get around, we go to the stop sign, and we get on the street that's familiar to him. He said, yeah, I could drive on this street. In my head, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. In my head. I was like, oh, okay, son, that's good. He said, I done drove on this street before, and look, it got 3 lanes. I could just ride in the middle. Well, look here. You could drive on the way back. Let's see what you're working with then. He was like, okay, okay. So we driving, and I'm saying, Curtis, you need an alignment bed. I thought you got one. He said, I did. I said, well, son, whoever did your alignment lied to you, because they ain't do no alignment on this bitch. But I have to also realize he did get the alignment, but after he got the alignment, he had to get brake work done. So I had to back that up. Well, son, every time you do something, no, I had been told him that. I told him that when we turned. I said, every time you do something to the tires or the wheels, you have to get an alignment. And that's how we got on the alignment conversation. So I was like, okay, son, well, I can't attest to how your alignment was before they did the brake job. So I'm going to just, chill on that. So we riding. I say, look, I'm gonna show you how you know if you need alignment. So we riding down the street. We the only cars on the street. Mind you, though, it's a 3-lane street, but because of the type of street and the neighborhood it is, the right lane is a parking lane because people park their cars on that. Or I don't know if he drive with 2 feet no more. He said he did start out driving with 2 feet. And like I told him, the only thing you drive with a 2 feet is a manual. And if you ain't got no manual, you don't belong with no 2 feet on the wheel, on the pedals. So I tell him, I'm gonna show you how you know if you need alignment. And I'm going something. I was like, damn. The faster I go, the harder it is to drive this motherfucker. So I told him, look, because that's vanilla. You know, I'm used to swinging vanilla and shit. So he called a bitch Mac, dude. Like I told him, that's going to always be vanilla. And so I'm going a good little speed. I say, get your little speed on. Make sure ain't nothing next to you or nothing. And let the wheel go. And that's what I did. And the bitch went like that. I went, wow. And I hurried up and grabbed the wheel back. And he was like, oh, that's what that is? So we keep riding. I said, now you go this way. He said, oh, I came this way when I came home with him. I was like, but yet you don't know where we are? So we going. I said, okay. Now see this street I got you on? This is the way I told you to come from the house. What up, Ranisha? I say, this is the way I told you to come from the house. I say, go on, hit Lad better and then hit more salads and ride more salads down. And you're going to know where you got to turn at. And the reason he going to know where he got to turn at is because the street he turning on, one, has a light. Two, it has a big ass fucking sign. Keisha not feeling good. Really, she sleep because Lonzo been running her ass ragged today. I keep telling her he just doing that because he wants your attention. So we get to the Dwayne job and whatnot. I was like, boy, I done drove some jalopies in my day. But I got to say, you fucked this motherfucker up. And I think that hurt his feelings. So I said, I'm not saying it was perfect when I gave it to you, but it was a hell of a lot better than this. And he was like, you're right. He couldn't say nothing else because he know. So we get to the dude job, we drop him off. I say, so you ready to drive home? No, I think it's just best if you go ahead on and drive home. How? See, and that's the thing. These children don't want you to tell them nothing. Oh, she good. She just wore out. Alonzo can be demanding when he wants to. And he hasn't been here in a while, so he's being his natural bratty fucking self. And so I was like, he was like, well, what do I have to do to get this right? I say, if you really want this to be correct and whatnot, what you did and whatnot, you're really gonna need to bring it to a collision center so that they can check it out and then really inspect it and see what the fuck really need to be done. But I told him bring it to a collision center because he done fucked up the front fender to where the door, it opens, but it don't open all the way. He done fucked up the back fucking window, the back door. Uh, I don't know how he did that, but he did. And something else I was telling him he need a collision place for. He could just go to a body shop, but that's not gonna fix the ABCs under the cosmetics. And I was like, son, I do. Right. Right, Miss Boosie, they don't. And I was like, if you really want to get this, you can go to a mechanic, but he can't do the pretty end of it. He can only fix on the car. And he can't even do an alignment unless his shop does alignments. And most mechanics don't do alignments. You know, you got to go to one of them. He good. You got to go to one of them tire shop places or, you know, something like that to do an alignment. And so I was like, you know, maybe try me again in July and see if I'm going to ride with you. And he was like, you don't have to. I was like, boy, you little bitch, fuck you. I ain't the one need the fucking help. You do. Man, as I was saying earlier, so as we driving home, and you know, this is just a straight ride. I'm like, okay, you need this done, you need this done, you need this done. I say, and you got your brakes done, but something ain't fucking kosher with your brakes either. And he like, how you know what? How I know? Because like I told you before, I've drove jalopies. I've drove cars that ain't been perfect. You feel me? Fuck. Uh, my third car didn't have no power steering. I used to have to swing that motherfucker around that corner. Cause we would put the fluid in there, but they had a leak somewhere. So it would only last for about 5 minutes, maybe. And it got to the point I was like, bitch, we could be spending that money on better shit. Fuck putting that shit in the car. So what I would do if I had stopped and I had to turn the corner, I get a little speed on, then I hit that corner. I try not to get caught at no red light if I knew I was hitting the corner. Cause sometimes it would turn easy, sometimes it didn't. And Lord, don't talk about from the cold start. I used to have to start turning that bitch before we even got off the light. Shit, my Honda Accord I used to have to fucking raise the hood and fucking start the fan and plug the fucking headlight in before I could drive it at night. But I had to do the fan regardless. So my headlights and my fan was on. And that's why I was trying to fuck my truck I got out there. Man, my starter went out. I used to have to fucking, once I filled it up with gas, I would fucking, you know, put it in neutral, put my brake on, and tap it with that quarter to get it to stop. But one time that shit didn't work and I got up under the bitch. I've had to get under the bitch. And what it was the fucking wire wasn't staying on the fucking starter. Yes, I know. Fuck. I've had my experience, you know, with hoopties. And that's why I keep telling him, live long enough, you'll learn. But these motherfuckers don't want to listen to nothing nobody got to tell them. They know everything. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, they done showed me and told me what to do. Oh, so why is the problem not fixed? That's just like my son was like, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to fix that lawnmower. Man, that fucking trash still in the backyard. We done brought another one. Like, motherfucker. We brought it to the repair shop. The repair shop said that you fucked up. I forget what he said it was. But basically, the thing that holds the blade on, they fucked it up and bent it. So when you go to pull it, it can't turn. He's saying the only way to fix that is a new lawnmower, which he's right because this ain't the first time they done it. And how my old repairman fixed it was he gave me another engine. I brought another engine. That's how I fixed it. They just don't want, oh, you know when that old man told him, you done fucked it up and you're going to need a new one? You know what he told me? He said, well, let me look at YouTube and see if I can fix it. He don't know what he talking about. This man was fucking walking with Moses, man. He got slave dust on his feet. And we've been seeing him there for over 10 years. Right. Right. I say, so you mean to tell me this man who been out here since Moses' time don't know what he talking about this lawnmower? I said, okay then, go ahead on. Go home and fix it then. Because when I asked him, when he told me that, I said, well, can we straighten that out? He said, you can try, but what's going to end up happening is you're going to fuck up the motor that it's connected to. All right, I got you. He ain't try to sell me nothing. He just told me, he looked at it, he told me what was wrong with it, and told me, oh, well, have a good day. I was like, all right. Okay, no problem. I just take my little trash back home. I started to ask him, did he want the bitch? Because it's hard to get rid of. Well, no, it's really not. You put that bitch on the curb, it be gone by the morning. Somebody gonna come get that motherfucker. And these motherfucking children don't want to listen to shit. You gonna find out. That's like he was mad with me because I told him, you know, if you want to fuck with your friends and they're underage, you can't do shit that they can't do. Or you can be called negligent of a minor. Yeah, I brought my first lawnmower from the pawn shop. It lasted me 10 years. And then they fucked around and fucked it up. Motherfucker ran. You know, I used to keep my dogs out there in the yard on the chain. Motherfucker gonna run over the fucking chain with the lawnmower. Like, bitch, what was you trying to do? I know you didn't think, oh, well, maybe it's not going to get wrapped around there. Man, that motherfucking chain wrapped around that lawnmower, ripped all the cage up. I was like, oh. I said, you know what? Come on. And we went to my lawnmower man. I told him I wanted my engine because it was a good engine and whatnot. He was like, no, I'm going to just trade you one. I was like, no, because that's a good lawnmower. And he was looking at me. He was trying his damnedest to get it out of me. I said, just go see if you got a cage that could go on there. Because, no, it didn't start up. No, I did need to get a whole new lawnmower. Because what I was trying to do was, really, to tell you the truth, if it would have started up after we got the chain off it, I wouldn't even went to the lawnmower man. I just went on here about my business. I'd have had them keep cutting with that fucked up cage on that lawnmower. Whatever come through the hole and hit it is y'all fault. So, man, that boy worries me because, for one, he cannot see. Like, he is legally blind in one eye. But with his glasses, he can see. So you know how thick them motherfuckers is. And then this motherfucker be wanting to drive without his glasses and shit. Fuck, when he almost hit that curb, I had to look and see if he had his glasses on his face. Fuck. I was like, son, you got your glasses on. What, they not clean or something? But what it was he don't wash his inside windows. Before we got in the car, this motherfucker gonna get the window cleaner and just spray his fucking thing. He let it sit on there for about 10 seconds. Then he fucking cleaned it off with his windshield wipers. I was like, okay, but what that do for the inside, son? Because this bitch foggy as a motherfucker. He was like, I was like, he don't like me riding with him because, see me, when I ride, I like my ride clean, inside and out, and I like it smelling fresh. He don't have that fucking same philosophy. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to get or do, and I put my hand down in buku trash. I was like, damn, son, you ain't even had it that long. What the fuck all this shit? He's like, yeah, I know I got to clean it. Okay. He brought a vacuum. He brought all kind of car wash shit. And still brought it to a car wash place. It just don't make no sense. I was like, son. Then, like I told him, he like hanging out with his co-workers. They're younger than him. And like I told him, you with those youngsters and you drinking, right. You saying that, Trisha. Right. We was somewhere, but we was standing outside. Me and this dude was talking. And then a car pulled up. All you could smell was that cherry. I said, God damn, that got to be an Uber. Because that bitch loud as fuck. That motherfucking car pulled off, and a minute later, we could still smell the fucking cherry air freshener. I was like, God damn. He must don't wash his ass or something for to have that shit loud like that. That bitch was loud. We were like, God damn. Right. That's why I be with my cousin. And I hate riding with her because I'm going to drive, but if it ain't nowhere I won't go to, I'm not going to go in. Oh wow. And I'll sit in the car, so to speak. But once I start looking around her coin shit, I go in the armrest. I be like, I know them wipes up in here somewhere. And I start cleaning her dashboard and shit, her cup holders and shit. And if the doors and all that, I be like, this is why she be wanting me to go with her. She just hoping I'm gonna straighten this bitch out right quick. Right. Yeah, but he part of that young generation. And he behaves just like them. But what I mean by that is he 21. He can drink. But he ain't with like 18 and under 21s. You fucking around, drinking around them and shit. This is Texas. And that's the same thing I told him about drinking and driving. I said, look at me, son. You remember your early days? Like before we moved to Texas and maybe a couple of years after we moved to Texas? I say, you remember the Heinekens and the blunts in the car? He was like, yeah, I remember. I said, you notice I stopped, right? He said, yeah. I said, why you think I stopped? Because you didn't want to get in an accident. I've been driving like this since I started driving, son. I, I had been smoking and drinking since I started driving. I used to work at the post office. I used to give me a little drink and my blunt, smoke it on the way, throw the roach out on the interstate on the way to work. Yeah, I know, but look, you saying that, but social media is fighting against us. All this other shit that they reading is fighting against us. And them knowing other little dumb knuckleheads is the problem. You know, we raised y'all with a certain set of morals and rules and shit like that. But when y'all get with other people, y'all act like y'all don't know nothing about the shit. And that's the problem. And I told him before wait, I told him before he even left here. Well, I told him the day I went riding with him. I said, son, you ain't ready to drive. You might think you are because you go to work and you come home. But son, when you go to work, there's little to no traffic. And it's just like that when you come home. I say, you and that's only like a mile away. And it's straight there. Once he get on the main street, he to his job. He just got to cross the bridge. And but he ain't got it like that. He said he ain't got it like that because of me. He said he couldn't drive how he wanted because of me. And I told him nothing. I told him, go ahead on, do your worst. And he showed me his worst, I guess. Because I lit me a cigarette as he was backing out the driveway. Because my nerves. Because I'm not the type of person, I don't like to be drove around. Especially by people who I don't know how they drive. Or if I do know how they drive. You feel me? And no, it's not Miss Boosie. And He ran to get to start driving his shit because of other people. And like I told him, no, son, you can't do shit because other people doing it. Prime example, if they jump off the bridge, you're gonna jump too. He looked at me like, it's always that one. I was like, then, okay, if they're smoking crack, you gonna do that too then? How about that? He was like, I was like, bitch, don't play with me. I'll punch you in your fucking mouth right now. I said, you have to do shit in your own time. You can't do shit because you want to keep up with the crowd. You have to do shit in your own time. And he was like, fuck you and my own time. He ain't say it, but you could tell from the look on his face. I was like, you know what? More power to you then. I said, because I know when I gave you this van, I told you off top, the very first thing to do, fuck anything. The very first thing you do is you go put a set of tires on this bitch. I said the only good tire on this bitch is the one on the driver's side and the back. That's the only good tire on this bitch. First thing you do, get you a set of tires. What this motherfucker do? He go get a backup camera. He go get a fucking radio. He go get fucking, them stick-on things to make it look like the headlight scratched. And he got a few more other things. He got seat covers and steering wheel covers and vacuum cleaners. Now, we already got 2 handheld vacuums now. One wireless and one wired. We already got that. And he still ran and got that shit. I said, oh, okay. Like I told him, I'm not fussing and fighting with them no more. I'm going to just tell you what I got to say and fuck it. Move on. You can say what you want because I ain't even fucking listening to you. Because as soon as you tell these motherfuckers something they don't want to hear, they'll go to argument. And as you see, you don't see my gray hair. I refuse to be gray haired again. I refuse. So I just tell them what I tell them and go by my business. It's your decision to listen to it. And like I told him, I said, you won't do shit because other motherfuckers. Oh, well, I had to get the radio because I had to get Bluetooth. Bitch, you could have went and brought a Bluetooth speaker for that. Don't act like you don't know. Yes. Because that van, the speakers in the front work, but not in the back. But that's not why I had the Bluetooth speaker. I had the Bluetooth speaker because I wanted to listen to my fucking music. There's no aux. There's no CD player. It's just a fucking radio. Well, it was a radio. Then the thing that pissed me off, he ran out there. He brought this radio, this, that, and the other. And like I told him, I say, you have to make sure the radio fits your car. I said, right, Miss Boosie, you so right. They don't listen to us till it's too late, and we have to bail them out and then show them some tough love. Look here. Like I told him, I said, you rushed to do this because everybody else was doing it. I said, but in actual reality, if you would have listened to me, you wouldn't have went through none of the shit you went through. And he looked at me. You know how they look at you, like to see how. Because You would have got your set of tires first, like I told you to, instead of foo-foo shit. Then after you would have got your set of tires, you would have needed alignment. That's next. Then you would have been straight. But because you did it your way, you fucked up the rims, you blew the tires, you fucked up the wheel hub, bust the black back window out. I say Uber only costs you $6 round trip to and from work. You only work 5 days a week. That's $30. How much you pay for insurance? I say, fuck that. Let's do this. We're going to do the $30 times 5 weeks. That's $150. Ain't that about what you pay for? Hold on, Trisha. Ain't that about what you pay for your insurance? So what was so hard about just keep riding the Uber? If these bitches your friends like that and they got cars, why the fuck y'all can't go out with them? Why you couldn't go out with them in their car? Yeah, he did that. He did something else though. Hold up. He got the inspection, he got the radio, but he didn't get the inspection first. He got the radio and the backup camera first. Then he got the inspection. After he wasted our time trying to go get the title in his name. And he still ain't took it up with them people yet to go get the title. And like I told him, you think you ain't gonna keep riding around in this bitch in my name. Cause when they come looking for me, I'm sure gonna point your fucking way. Cause I'm not going down for nothing you fucking do. Yeah, I might get a little fine or something for not having you change the title or whatever. But that's it. I'm not going down for you. But he did do the registration, I believe, in his name. So they know you tied to this motherfucker. So I'm not going down. That's fucked up. Then that's what I was telling him. I said, you ran to get the insurance. Bitch, I still got insurance on the motherfucker. That I still insure the motherfucker. What the fuck? You know, all you had to do was chill, fix what needed to be fixed, and you would have been good. No. All my friends. If they're your friends so much, why them bitches don't never come get you then? Right, Miss Boosie, that's all you can do. That's like the other night, he got mad with me because he went, I think so. Because you could ride with them when they won't go somewhere. He don't see it that we do. That's like the other night he went out. Now you left here at 9 p.m. You told us you was going to one place. I look at the clock, it's fucking 1:45. I said, well, damn. What, you don't think we would be worried about him? You know? So I contacted him. Oh, we on the way to that place. Nah. Bitch, you left here at about 9 o'clock. What the fuck you mean you just on your way there? Now, see, it's one thing. You could have been like, well, you know, we going out, we going chill, then we going there. Fine. But like I told them, if I know you supposed to be coming back tonight, I'm gonna be up till you come back. So why the fuck not say something? Then I text him and he was like, "Oh, we on our way there. We on our way there now. We going to pick up so and so." But no, he didn't say we was going to pick up so and so. He just told me he was on his way there. Hour later, okay, we here. How the fuck it take you an hour to get to something that's 25 minutes down the road? And that was the problem. I knew where he was going. I know the place. I know the location. I know the distance. I know the time it takes to get there. They had no consideration at all. Right. Then when he come, then he called me. I say, "Oh, you and the little girl." I know he said something about uh they got this, that, and the other. I say jerky. I say you ain't had enough jerky, and he laughed. So you're like, "No, no, we wasn't doing nothing like that." I like, you ain't got to tell me nothing, bro. I'm not asking you was you doing nothing, but I do know how being young is, and you going out with somebody you won't fuck. Whoa, hold up, no, it ain't like that. Well, what the fuck you going out with the bitch for? You don't want to fuck her. So he did not come in this bitch till damn near 4 o'clock. Gave two fucks. Then when he did come in here, he was trying to avoid me. Look how he knocked on my door, y'all. But he's snoring too loud. Look how he knocked on my door. You could barely hear that, huh? Me and Keisha was woke now at this time. You know, it's fucking 4 o'clock and you ain't here. I said, "You heard that, Keisha? That's him trying to play like he knocked on our door and we didn't answer him." So I just let him chill for a few minutes. And I said, "Hey, oh, I'm in the bathroom." I was like, "Well, goddamn." Okay. Then he's like, "I got that stuff for you. I got you some stuff." I said, "All right, Curtis, just go ahead on about your business." So the next day, I told him he's playing a dangerous game and shit. He got an attitude, his ass on his shoulders. And he like, "No, it wasn't just me and that girl. It was it was me, it was old boy, it was old and her friend." I said, "So y'all went on a double date?" I said, "You could have said you was just going on a date and called it a date. Fuck, I might even say fuck you and went to bed. But you didn't say that. Y'all was just running to the stove, basically." "Oh no, no, that's not what it was. We chilled and we hanged for a little while. Then we went by our other friend house and then we went to where we was going." "Okay, fine, fuck it. Okay, son, bye. See you. I'm playing my game." So later, he ain't here. "Man, why y'all ain't never tell me Modelo was crap?" He just don't know. Just highly disappointed. I really am. Highly, highly disappointed. It's like you raise these motherfuckers, you teach them right from wrong, you teach them the right things to do and the wrong things to do and the right way to do shit. Right. And they just do all the wrong shit out the gate. If I was living with my parents and I left their house at fucking 9 o'clock, regardless if I was coming back or whatever, I would call them before fucking midnight. And look, back in my day, it was harder because not everywhere had a payphone even then still. But in the day and age of this, ain't no reason and excuse not to call. Just like last week, Keisha told me he was somewhere, and I was like, oh, he in the area of town I want something from. I called him. He did not answer his phone at all. He just showed up in the door a half hour later and say, oh, my phone was dead. I said, but you said you was at your job. So your phone don't have a job? I mean, your job don't have a phone? Like, I said, what's my phone number? You know my phone number? He said, yeah. I said, so if you saw I was calling you and your phone went dead, why didn't you get the fuck out and go call me? And I know he lying because it don't take no 10 minutes to get from his job to my house. I used to bring them to work all the time. And that's only a 5-minute ride. That is true, Trisha, but they don't listen to nobody. Fuck a nigga too. They don't listen to men either. And my oldest son act like if somebody tell him the exact same shit we told him, we had to tell them to tell him that. Motherfuckers, you don't even know, tell you what we told you. So now you out running the street drinking with underage motherfuckers. Bitch, do you know you can go to jail for that shit? Do you know you'll never get your license doing that shit? And gonna try to fucking bullshit me. Yeah, I know that was wrong. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that because drinking's just not for me. It ain't about you drinking, motherfucker. It's about you drinking and driving. Because Kurt has been a drunk from way back. He the reason I fucking sold my ball. Really. I used to have a ball. It was it used to have 3 shelves on it. It was like 4 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. And I used to have my glasses on there. Then I had my top shelf liquor, like my Hennessy and my Remy and Patron and shit like that on it. And Crown, people think that's top shelf, but Crown is trash. And then, on the other shelves and whatnot, I had my, my rock gut and whatnot, and my mixers. My sister was living with us. And yes, my sister's a drinker. So when the liquor was disappearing, we just chalked it up to her. Right, Trisha? That's my thing right there. You can't drive sober. Why are you drinking and driving? And the other day, after he came back, we left. And I said, bruh, you was drinking and driving. Why you say that? Because, bitch, you're halfway off the driveway. Like, all your tires on that side of the vehicle are in the grass. So I know you had to be drinking. I said, I thought y'all went in her car. What the fuck was you driving for after you knew you was drinking? Oh, I just wanted to see if I could do it. Just dumb shit. Especially dumb shit when you know what kind of area we live in, when you know the police station is in basically the next block, when you know they set up speed traps at all times of the day, right there. Like on the first corner when you come out our block, out our neighborhood. Like, wow, just dumb shit. Yeah, he's smelling himself, and he talking about my me driving my thing shook. I need to fucking sit here. I always thought he knew his left from his right, but it's obvious he must don't. Because, right, not only that, we had a friend, he passed. And yeah, used to have a beer everywhere he went. But he would drive better than Curtis. He drove better than Curtis. And soon as he opened his eyes and his feet touched the floor, after he go to the bathroom, he was going to get him a beer. And that was all day. And he drove better than Curtis. And then he was an old man in his 60s. I was like, you know, see how I'm telling you about this shit? My parents ain't never told me none of that shit. I get in the car. They knew I had a full bar in my trunk. And my mama worked for the city. Knew all kind of fucking police and shit. Ain't never once be like, you might not want that bar in your trunk. Or you don't want to get stopped with that liquor on you like that. None of that. They just let us go. I see I'm just gonna have to just let him go and learn on his own. Cause he don't want to listen. And when I say full ball, I had the little cans of pineapple juice. I had the little cans of orange juice. Back then, the Coke used to be in that little fat can. I had the cans of Cokes and Sprites. Used to keep an ice chest. If I knew I was going to party, I went to the gas station, filled up, and got me a bag of ice. Had cups, all that shit. I even had maraschino cherries in the trunk. Okay, right, Chatterboo. But I I could, but he's a black male. That's number one. Number two, this is the state of Texas. Of course, I was more responsible. I was more respectful too. He's a black male. This is the state of Texas. And this is America. Just like today, me and Alonzo were reading. I had brought him this book, Right. And the state of Texas got more black people under the jail than a little fucking bit. But today, me and Alonzo was reading that book I had brought him at Dollar Tree about around the world or something like that. And we were reading the part about the Statue of Liberty. And I just looked at that child and let him keep reading because I didn't want to crush him or fuck him up because he was like, the Statue of Liberty is a sign of freedom. And I was like, boy, if only you knew. If only you fucking knew. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to declare their declaration. I was like, he's still a baby. But the more you know, I knew it at 7 because see, my mama was like the flower child one. Love everybody. I got some of that too. But my daddy used to be like, but you're black. Even though people always, oh, you this, that, and the. Look, I blend in New Orleans. I look like any typical black person in New Orleans. The shade, the eyes. I got this nose from my country ass daddy do. The cheekbones, I blend in. I'm still black, dude. I get out here, they won't start calling me Mexican and shit. Ain't not a drop of Spanish blood in me. I might have caught it from the Creole way back, but come on, that was fucking almost 100 years ago, most likely. Right. Yeah, but once you start reading, the more you know. That's like, I was surprised. I knew he could read, but a lot of them words he didn't struggle over. Even words that I might have struggled over in second grade. Like he knew vacation. He knew liberty. He knew Paris, France. I was like, what the fuck you know about Paris, France? Then he said Rome. I said, what the fuck? Those are not words they normally teach you in second grade. They're advancing these kids. But the reason they want to stop critical race theory is they don't want these other little kids to be held accountable for being fucking racist and to be right by other people. See, my mama was always, which I am like that now because you can't judge every book by its cover, which is true. But my daddy always was right there with the roots, okay? Like, my daddy had the whole series of roots. He had the Marie Laveau book. I read all that shit as a child, dude. But I don't think that's what made me leery of other people as a child. What made me leery of other people as a child was the way they would treat me. And I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Some of my harshest treatment I got as a child, I got from my fucking family. Right, Trisha? We can't speak our truths or we racist. But the stuff that America has done to colored people, and all that other bullshit. That's like when he was reading about the Statue of Liberty, I was like, how the fuck you say this country stand for freedom and y'all won't even let motherfuckers in this country? And y'all complain about Mexico, but this used to be Mexico. Y'all stole this shit from them people. So they're not really fucking immigrants, they're just going home. And then on top of that, how can you say freedom for everyone, but you only want select motherfuckers to get here? Then when you kick that freedom for everyone, when we got the Statue of Liberty, black people were still fucking slaves. We were still slaves. We were still property. And on that note, I'm gonna say good night. Because like I say, tomorrow baby D, and he's anxious as fuck. He gonna be up at fucking 8 o'clock. Fucking, you ready? You ready? Why you not woke? You know we going somewhere today. I'm not missing today. So I was like, shit. Yeah, later, Trisha. Good night, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good weekend. I'm gonna sure try. Uh Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and haveries. Hope y'all enjoyed that story. I don't know if I'm ready to ride with that boy again. I see where Keisha got all her. Love you too. Love y'all all. Thank y'all. Uh, I see where Keisha got them 3 different personalities from Ride with Curtis. I'm not gonna say he was the worst I've ever rode with, but at least they stayed in the fucking lines. And on that note, I'm gonna say good night.